Happy Tuesday, September 24. The quarterly title for today, The Crucifixion. This is the final Tuesday of the quarter. Boy, am I blessed sharing the good news with you. So let's go directly to the Bible. Mark 8:29. And he said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" And Peter answered and said to him, "You are the Christ." When Jesus asks the question, there's no indication that the phrase, "Who do you say that I am?" Those two words, I am, the most powerful words in the Bible. I am means he's claiming to be the I am of Exodus 3:14. Remember? Take off your shoes because you're in the presence of the I am that I am. Careful. In John 8:56 to 59, Jesus tells the Pharisees, before Abraham was, I am. And everybody in that place, including the Pharisees and the Sadducees, knew immediately Jesus is claiming to be God. Again, at the Garden of Gethsemane, when the chief priests and Pharisees say, "Where is Jesus of Nazareth?" And Jesus responds, "I am he." That was so powerful that the men fall to the ground. They faint to the earth. John 18:3. Here, however, he's just asking a simple question. Now, the Socratic and Aristotelic method of teaching uses questions and answers to help students think through the possibilities and derive the answer on their own. By asking the disciples first who others think he is, he gives them space to consider what they have heard. Then, by asking what they think, he allows them to consider the evidence for themselves. Instead of having to come up with their conclusion on the spot, they are able to first determine if the other claims fit with what they've seen and heard. With the alternatives considered and discarded, the only remaining option is that Jesus is the Christ. Now, Christ is the word for Messiah. Messiah means the outpouring of the oil on the head of a king. The Christ of God, the Son of the living God. Mark, as he often does, condenses the statement. Peter is given the honor to finally answer the question, "Who am I?" And he finally says, "You are Jesus Christ, the Messiah, the Son of the living God." All through the Gospel of Mark, we have studied that Jesus tells people to keep it quiet about who he is. No profile. Don't tell anyone. Mark 1:44, he tells a leper to tell no one of the healing. In Mark chapter 5, he tells Jairus and his wife to tell no one of the raising of their daughter. In Mark chapter 7, he tells a group not to tell the people about his healing of the deaf and mute man. Don't tell anyone because I haven't finished my work and the prophetic fulfillment from the Old Testament. And then he commands his disciples, all of them, not to tell the people that he is the Messiah. No doubt the main reason for Jesus' telling them to be silent was to allow himself for the time to finish his ministry here on earth. Now, in this scene, this particular scene that we're discussing right now, even after they had been told that Jesus had been raised, the women, instead of going public, because now you can share it, now is the time to share it to the world. Speak up. But instead of speaking up, see, when they were told to be silent, they spoke. And when they were told to speak, they kept silent. They're fearful. Not only silent, but fearful. Amazed. And they fled from the tomb. And they didn't talk about what had happened at that moment. Later on, they would. But at that moment, silence. However, that silence didn't last for long. By the time we reach the end of the book of Mark, we read Mark 16:20. And they went out and preached everywhere while the Lord worked with them and confirmed the message by accompanying signs. He's alive. He who believes and is baptized shall be saved. May the Lord bless you, and I will see you tomorrow.
I'm going home.